Hi there, yet another very unusual poem. It's called The Legend of Café com Gozo. Now the word gozo in Portuguese means joy, but as it will become apparent, the context, I would translate it loosely as coffee with benefits. Now that cryptic title will become easily explained within the context of the piece. So please hold on to your seatbelts. 1. In the Wharf of Europe, it is the yearly ritual of the parade of the townswomen with the giant towers of baked bread atop their greasy heads. With amazing balance, they proccess through the cobblestone streets and airy avenidas. The music blares all night long through tired speakers, making sleep difficult and ancillary. Expatriot is attentively watching fireworks that assault the Portuguese sky, which he has seen thousands of times since it is a daily occurrence in the park. Now, Expatriot returns as king, a conqueror, as his patricios secretly become discolored with jealousy, as this traitor has not only abandoned them, but has returned in order to heap injury upon insult. And yet, the game must be played, as befitting cinicos, with false welcomes and syrupy salutations, to the hypocritical Judas kiss upon each cheek. 3. And so reigns phony peace, concealing rancid resentment, as the marauding fireworks subside and order is restored. Expatriot strolls the strident strides in triumph, as if he owns the warm, crisp night, to familiar cafe, where he dismissively acknowledges the Malta with barely a nod, whereupon he notices an out-of-place gentleman among the religiously assembled, focuses on the well-dressed elderly man, and then practically takes him in his arms, puts him in his lap, and then burps him. Well, this hyperbole will show the contrast and evidence of a marked distinction in social classes, a form of westernized caste system. 4. Oh, stimato signor dottore. This is the doctor of letters, who commands instant respect and attention. The two do not get very far into their mutual admiration stroke-a-thon when the Monsignor walks through the door. It is as if the expatriate would have gladly breastfed him, provided he possessed the requisite physical equipment, and the three quickly launch into reminiscences, criticisms, and condemnation of the uncivilized Americans. The coffee is served with a cheirinho, hair of the dog, and the three of them become lit as the lampposts that adorn the mosaic streets, as they proceed to stroke one another. 5. Almost as if on cue, the three rise and shuffle to the rear, past the pool tables. They are barely visible through the touchable smoke. There is a door and a curtain, and a parlor jammed with divans and cots and armchairs. It is like a gypsy doctor's waiting room, as commerce obviously takes place here, and certain services are performed. And so they place their orders, and the servers appear to take each customer to their own special booth, located down a little hallway. The cafe has long since closed, but this is where the real business takes place. Upon fantasy fulfillment, middle-age decay is seemingly postponed, or at very least, delayed. Reality can thus be ignored, and the exercise of the illusion of power in defining desired reality. 6. This self-contained middle-aged fantasy is brought to a sudden halt as a blood-curdling scream shatters the midnight calm. They call for the doctor to revive Expatriot, whose heart is suddenly quit, but the Doctor de Lettres is only that, a doctor of letters, for he doesn't know a damn thing about a damn thing when it comes to medicine. Expatriot thus crosses the great divide and breathes his last, as the naked Monsignor is ill-equipped to administer the last rites. These two survivors of this triumvirate in full Monty become panic-stricken without logic, and then proceed to run as fast as they can out of the door and into the Mediterranean night. Too much Gozo proved to be the official cause of death of the expatriate, as it had yet claimed another victim. Epilogue. Thus continues the legend of Café com Gozo, the Portuguese equivalent of the Bermuda Triangle. It is certain that much creative reporting would be necessary in order to complete the required paperwork about this unfortunate occurrence. To this day, it is unclear as to whether the deceased's insurance paid for the expenses associated with transporting the dearly departed back to the New World. Café com Gozo. It is not a drink for pussies! With apologies to Rick Looper. I hope you hung on, and I hope you, well, actually there are a couple words I had to explain here. Cinico. The word cinico simply means phony, but it's in a more complete sense. A cynic is just a complete fraud. A cynic is somebody who, you know, it's a very pejorative connotation without actually being a curse word, but it's very, very negative, and it refers to somebody who has absolutely no character. No character at all, and no word, and is a complete, utter phony. What else shall I explain here? Malta. Malta. That simply means the rabble, the crowd. So, what else? What else here? I guess that's it. You guys, well, that's a little, O estimado senhor doutor. That means esteemed. Esteemed Mr. Doctor. It's very similar to the way Germans address their, their important people. So that's it. Okay, listen, thank you for watching, and see you on YouTube.